Is there such thing as a parallel universe? We don't know. Or as my kids say, is there an upside down universe? What is it, upside down? I haven't watched all the Stranger Things yet, but they have. They've binge watched it, and I hear them talk about the upside down. But anyway, man, do you think a parallel universe exists? Maybe when you dream, is that your subconscious tapping into that parallel universe? Is there another you in another world? We don't know, but we hoping they find out if it's possible. I would like to know, but we're gonna get into this video, man. Scientists just announced they discovered the first ever parallel universe. Let's see if it's true. See what they talking. If you new, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Join the fam. Let's check it out.
We look around the universe and it looks like we're in the center. What an ego-supporting concept that is.
But if you look at the multiverse, and I've had one or two in particular multiverse experiences.
The concept of a parallel universe has been floating around since the early 1960s, largely in the minds of fans of sci-fi TV shows and comic books. But now a cosmic ray detection experiment has discovered particles that could be from a parallel reality that was also born in the Big Bang. In a scene right out of the Twilight Zone, a group of NASA scientists working on an experiment in Antarctica discovered evidence of a parallel universe whose physics rules are totally opposite to our own. While some scientists dismiss this as science fiction, new evidence for the existence of these parallel universes is emerging. What exactly are parallel universes and how do they impact you? In this video, we look at how scientists have finally discovered evidence of parallel universes. We may have just caught a peek of another universe for the first time. A new analysis of data from the European Space Agency's Planck telescope shows that a strange glow in deep space could be the result of a parallel universe to our own. The presence of numerous universes, a multiverse, has been regarded scientifically plausible. If all of these universes formed from the same Big Bang, they're probably vibrating together like ducks in a row. According to this line of reasoning, there should be some kind of trace evidence left behind if these universes happen to collide with one another, which leads us to the Planck telescope's map of the cosmic microwave background, leftover light from the early universe's chaotic swirling origins. Rangaram Chari, a Caltech cosmologist, compared the CMB to a picture of the entire night sky taken by the Planck telescope and discovered a strange region of intense light that could be the consequence of universes merging in a new publication. According to the statistics, the other universe pushing up against ours would look completely different from anything we've seen before, and it would have struck our universe just a few 100,000 years after the Big Bang. A multiverse would be the result of cosmic inflation, which is the theory that the universe is perpetually expanding. According to Alan Guth, an MIT cosmologist and pioneer of the multiverse notion, everlasting inflation would create a number of pocket universes.
What if that's where you go when you pass away? To a parallel universe. I know, far-fetched, I'm crazy, delusional, whatever it is you want to paint me as. But just dream with me for a second. Imagine if that's where all the loved ones that you lost have went, and there's an opportunity to see them again. Man, I'd be happy.
This is because latent energy in empty places would accelerate inflation, creating new energy bubbles that could eventually blow up into tiny pocket universes that continue to expand. But have you ever considered whether there are other forms of life in the universe? Since the beginning of time, people have been obsessed with the questions they have. But inquiries of this nature are, of course, the reason we are human. Scientists, on the other hand, do much more than speculate about other forms of life, since some of them believe there may be another universe out there alongside ours. Some people believe that there are an infinite number of similar universes, which they call parallel universes. Hugh Everett III, a Princeton University undergraduate at the time, suggested the contentious concept of parallel realities or realms that appear identical to and are linked to our own in 1954.
You know how some people tell you to dream big? Maybe that's what we're doing. Maybe we're thinking too small. Maybe this photo right here of all these different Earths or worlds and different things like that, maybe it's bigger. And we're just thinking too small. Maybe we need to think bigger. We could actually be just a mere speck in this whole grand scheme of things as far as parallel universes go. That's the thing, we don't know. So for condemning somebody for having a thought because it doesn't align with yours doesn't make any sense to me, because you don't know either.
Parallel universes. Hugh Everett III, a Princeton University undergraduate at the time, suggested the contentious concept of parallel realities or realms that appear identical to and are linked to our own in 1954. These parallel universes separate themselves from our own, just as our own universe separates itself from those of other dimensions. This audacious idea has numerous practical ramifications, since it indicates that world wars may have different results in parallel universes.
Whoa.
For example, dinosaurs may have lived or are now thriving in specific parallel universes, while humans may have become extinct in specific parallel universes. Many questioned this young scientist and his audacious proposal, but Everett's many worlds theory, as it became known, was an attempt to solve certain unanswered questions raised by the results of tests done in the burgeoning science of quantum physics.
Now that kind of aligns with the thought that I was stating earlier about where do people go when they pass. They just use dinosaurs in the place of people, in which I was referring to. Dinosaurs could still be alive in another universe somewhere that's parallel. The loved one that you lost, that you're missing, could be alive somewhere in another universe. You get what I'm saying? Think bigger of what it could possibly be. No one knows, man. That's why we're searching for the truth and answers there. Holy snap, bro. That kind of gives you chills just to think of if it were possible.
Raised by the results of tests done in the burgeoning science of quantum physics. Quantum physics is the study of phenomena at the quantum level, which is the smallest level found so far by scientists. Quantum matter appears to act irregularly at times, in contrast to the regularity found in many other fields, prompting scientists to conclude that there are additional scientific principles at work that we are unaware of. For example, scientists researching quantum matter quickly discovered that quantum particles like photons appear to assume several shapes at random. Photons, according to scientists who study them, act like particles at times and waves at others, much like you being a solid human being one minute and a gas the next. The Heisenberg uncertainty principle describes this phenomenon. Scientist Werner Heisenberg proposed that humans can change the behavior of quantum matter just by observing it. Another physicist, Niels Bohr, concurred and went so far as to argue that quantum particles exist in all conceivable states at the same time, and that when we watch them, our perception changes their behavior, causing them to choose one state at that point in time. Everett's many-world hypotheses could be thought of as an alternative to Bohr's concept of quantum matter. Observing quantum matter, according to Everett, causes a true split in the universe rather than a flip between states. Hence, the universe actually replicates and divides into numerous parallel universes for each potential quantum matter state. Meanwhile, other scientists are concerned about the many worlds theory's implications. For example, if you've ever been in a situation where the only possible consequence was death, Everett's theory argues that there must be a parallel universe where you died. Everett's method was especially controversial since it violated our fundamental sense of time. For many years...
Now there's another spin to look at it. But where have you had those kind of situations in dreams? You know what I'm saying? Situations where you come close to, maybe in another universe you did. See, this stuff can be... It can get crazier, it can get deeper.
Everett's hypothesis was regarded to be implausible. Nevertheless, scientists have recently renewed their interest in it after numerous scientists conducted thought experiments that appear to imply Everett's hypothesis is theoretically conceivable. Interestingly, Everett's theory is not the only alternative theory that attempts to explain quantum physics. String theory proposes the existence of particles considerably smaller than quantum matter. String theory also predicts parallel worlds exist, because we will almost probably encounter parallel universes as we work our way back from the Big Bang. How? Keep in mind that the part of the universe that we can access has a time limit. The universe as we know it began 13.8 billion years ago with the Big Bang, when the universe was hot, dense, and full of matter and radiation. It was cooling and leaving that initial state. The further we look back in space, the further we look back in time, all the way to the limit of the hot Big Bang. You can't, however, go back to arbitrarily early ages, since the universe would have had qualities that we don't see if it had beyond a certain temperature and density. Instead, evidence suggests that the hot Big Bang was preceded and set up by a period of cosmic inflation that stretched the universe's curvature to the point where it was indistinguishable from flat, and then inflated away any problematic unobserved high-energy remnants predicted to form at high temperatures. The universe thus has the same energy density everywhere, with quantum fluctuations generated by inflation placed on top of the uniform energy backdrop. As inflation continues, there is a chance that the field will roll into the valley where inflation stops, a chance that it will not and inflation will continue, and even a chance that the field may roll in the wrong direction, moving us further away from the end of inflation. Because the expanding universe is always creating new space, all of these possibilities can coexist in various parts of the expanding cosmos. As inflation continues to stretch the cosmos and produce new space in some locations, the field rolls into the valley, bringing inflation to an end. This causes scorching Big Bangs to form in the locations we may call the universe. There is additional inflating space between those universes where inflation does not halt, but rather continues. More space is created as the universe expands. Now we have a scenario in which we have sufficient inflation to set up the hot Big Bang with the features that we see, and we always get a multiverse as a result. One in which new universes and blistering Big Bangs are constantly generated, permanently separated from one another by space, and which continues to expand indefinitely as new universes and scorching Big Bangs are born. Despite the fact that each universe arose from the same little region of space, no information can be exchanged between them because they are not causally linked. Many people, including scientists, have criticized the hypothesis of parallel universes, claiming that it cannot be tested. However, an experiment appears to have changed everything. The experiment was called the Cosmic Ray Detection Test, and it identified particles that could have originated outside of our cosmos. ANITA, NASA's Antarctic Impulsive Transient Antenna, uses a giant balloon to lift sensitive electronic antennae into the cold, dry air over Antarctica, where radio noise is minimal. This is a constant stream of high-energy particles from space, some of which are 1,000,000 times more powerful than anything we can create. Low-energy particles known as neutrinos can pass through the planet without colliding with its material, whereas higher-energy items are stopped by the Earth's solid matter. This suggests that high-energy particles can only be detected as they fall from space, but discovering a heavier particle known as a tau neutrino as it rises from the Earth would imply that these particles are traveling backward in time. This suggests that a parallel universe exists. Despite this, a large number of scientists have offered explanations for ANITA's discovery, arguing that regardless of the fact that the discovery is exciting, it was caused by something other than parallel universes. Given that astronomers used to assume that our planet was the only one in the cosmos, then our solar system was thought to be the only one in the universe, the idea that there are other universes is not one that should be rejected. But how do we know for sure that parallel universes exist?
Good question.
We'd have evidence if our universe collided with another. According to certain physicists, colliding universes may leave cold or hot patches on the cosmic microwave background, CMB, which is the afterglow of the Big Bang. If this is the case, advanced sky surveys should be able to pinpoint those areas. Gravitational waves or ripples in space-time may also give evidence to support the notion of cosmic inflation. According to the idea, gravitational waves left over from the Big Bang could cause tiny curls in the CMB, which some telescopes are actively searching for today. If researchers can find such curls in the CMB as they thought they found in 2014, it could eventually strengthen support for the hypothesis that there is another you out there doing your thing. There is, however, a connection between parallel universes and two more strange and scary space phenomena.
See, that made me think of like you know how they refer to us as sometimes being in a simulation or a video game. You know how in a video game you got multiple lives and you just go to the next one after something happens to the one you currently have? What that sound like? Could be like a parallel. See, let me stop because I'll start and it'll snowball into something bigger. I'm telling you, man, I can sit and do this, bro. Just thinking about and connecting the dots.
Between parallel universes and two more strange and scary space phenomena, black holes and white holes. Black holes are those terrifying monsters in space that consume everything in their path.
Everything.
They develop when massive stars collide, generating enormously dense masses with gravitational forces so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape their grip. White holes are the inverse of black holes in that they force everything inside them out and allow nothing in. But what's the link between the three? In essence, each white hole can cause other Big Bangs, resulting in multiple universes within or beyond its radius or borders, each with its own set of physical laws. Reality could be made of antimatter, or time could be positive and unidirectional. These universes are almost certainly reflections of our own, with different histories based on separate quantum states coming to life, demonstrating quantum superposition. Let us know what you think about parallel universes in the comments below.
So what do y'all think?
This is the...
Let me get out of here. So what do y'all think? Do some of y'all that were skeptical in the beginning, are y'all still skeptical? Maybe you're like, you kind of persuaded me a little bit, but I need more info. I want to see what all they discover. Then our job here is done. We just presenting the things to you, man, making you think about the possibilities. Think bigger. I think sometimes, myself included, I get a little small-minded. I don't think about where, and this thing could be huge, huge, and it's a lot more to it. We're just trying to piece together the pieces to the puzzle, fam, and it gets interesting. Y'all get at me in the comment section, man, and let me know what you thought of this video. And stick around and stay tuned. Till next one, I'm gone. Peace.